Hey guys, so recently we've got some news that unfortunately the Batman Part 2 will be delayed to October of 2027, which is 1 year after the initial release date, which is October of 2026. It was also originally supposed to release in October of 2025. It's been delayed by 2 years, which means there is a gap of 5 years between the Batman and the Batman Part 2. Now, the Batman is what I consider to be one of the best superhero films of all time. Hell, I could even call it one of the best films ever made. And obviously, I'm getting very, very impatient to see the continuation of this amazing take of a Batman who's just new into this job, leaning into the more detective side and the more grimy aspects of Gotham. Although the Batman isn't the only content we've gotten from what they call the Batman Epic Crime Saga, we've gotten the Penguin this year. With how good the Penguin was, obviously that makes me a lot more impatient. So let's just hope that this would be worth it. The question is, what is happening with this film and why is it taking so long to be made? Because it's not filming yet. The script isn't even done. So we're going to talk about a couple of things that make sense on why they decided to delay the film. First is in the financial aspects. Recently, James Gunn revealed that the DCU is going to be releasing a Clayface film written by Mike Flanagan, who wrote The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and many great horror films and shows. But it was scheduled to be released on September of 2026, which is just 1 month before the Batman Part 2. A lot of people were skeptical of this decision, but James Gunn said that he's not really that worried since both of them are in different universes. But considering the performance that DC has been on lately and their films haven't been performing well, can James Gunn really have that much faith in his universe? So obviously it would make sense that they are going to push the Batman Part 2 back, not only as a financial decision, but also to not rush Matt Reeves into getting the script done so that they can get the best that they could get. I think this is what most likely is happening, and a lot of people are exaggerating what is happening behind the scenes. 2. The exaggerated version. A lot of people are reporting that James Gunn wants Robert Pattinson's Batman in the DCU. Now obviously, we know that there are going to be two Batmans, Matt Reeves' Batman and the DCU Batman, who are going to be played by different actors. Matt Reeves' Batman is going to be played by Robert Pattinson, and the DCU's Batman right now, we're still pretty unsure who they're going to choose. Now, obviously, a lot of people were confused by this decision, because mainstream audiences will also be confused with how there are two Batmans all at once. But The Batman is a pretty profitable film. It's one of DC's more successful films recently in their not-so-great run, so it would make sense that the DC executives would want to pull that one into this universe to generate more money and obviously more hype. Now, I think the tone, they can balance it out. James Gunn said that each project in the DCU is going to be different in tone and flair depending on how the writer wants it. And the comics balanced it pretty well. Not just that, but the DC animated universe of the 90s, which James Gunn was also inspired by, had the Batman animated series and the Superman animated series. They are a complete 180 of each other, but it works. In the end, they build up a great universe and they can fit both of these characters into the universe. The problem, if they actually do want to do this, comes in canon. There's going to be a lot of plot holes, possibly a lot of retcon, and a lot of things that just don't make sense. Andy Muschietti, the director of the DCU Batman film, The Brave and the Bold, also said that it will be pushed back a little bit and put on the sidelines for now. And the problem really comes with how would they make it work between the Batman Part 2, which is a realistic grounded Batman, into The Brave and the Bold, which is a more fantastical Batman, because that's what the DCU wants. How are they going to transition between that? When are the Batman films and the Penguin even going to take place if that happens? And how about the fact that a lot of people want more out of Matt Reeves' Batman universe? And if they want to transition to the fantastical side, they want to introduce monsters. They want to introduce characters like, say, Man-Bat or Clayface. They want to lean into the fantasy aspects. That won't please a lot of people, which is why, again, I think it's for the best that they separate these two universes. Have the Batman be in its own universe and have the Brave and the Bold be in the DCU. Then we have two Batmans, each of them representing a different side of him, which could work. Personally, I think that's a win-win solution. But who knows, right? None of us know besides Warner Brothers and DC themselves. A lot of people are making this seem like it's something it's not. A lot of people are making it seem like there are complications behind the screens, like the executives are fighting or James Gunn and Matt Reeves is fighting. But really, I don't think that's the case, especially with the fact that a lot of people are also saying Matt Reeves is facing personal problems, which is why he hasn't finished the Batman Part 2 yet. And if that is the case, we've judged him without even knowing what's happening with him. So I think for now, we should let them cook, okay? Let Matt Reeves and the guys over there cook, and we'll see the way it goes. Hopefully, it's as great as we imagine. Hopefully, it can deliver a knockout and some hope for the future of DC. What do you guys think of this news? What do you guys think is happening with the Batman Part 2? Please let me know in the comments below, and if you haven't joined the team yet, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.